I used to use a timer for my rest breaks. So I'll maybe have a 3 minute timer or 2 minute timer for between every single set that I performed. And when I look back at the time, I just cringe because that was just dumb. That was honestly just dumb. Now what I do, I'm not gonna waste your time in this video. I just have a stopwatch. So it's not a timer, just a stopwatch. And when I feel like I'm recovered enough and I'm ready to go back, I just stop the stopwatch and I start. I just like the stopwatch to just know, okay, it's been 3 minutes. I'm not really feeling fully recovered, so I'm gonna rest for another 30 seconds probably and see then. But it's been 3 minutes and I know. So to be aware of the amount of time that's already passed between the previous set and now. But I've experimented a lot with rest breaks. There were times where I wasn't using any type of timer or stopwatch and I was just relying on how I felt. That worked better than having a dumb timer of 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but it was still wasn't super effective because I sometimes misjudged how I felt. And I would sometimes rest 1.5 minutes without noticing it because I felt, oh yeah, I don't feel my muscles burning anymore, but I wasn't fully recovered yet. Now what I do is I rest at least 3 minutes per exercise. I don't do it doesn't matter what exercise I perform. I rest at least 3 minutes and I have a stopwatch. And I don't really have a maximum amount of time that I maximum of maximum rest. Like I don't in certain exercises, especially the big compounds like weighted dips, weighted chin-ups, zombie squats. On those exercises, I actually rest for more than 5 minutes. So I would say the minimum for me is 3 minutes. I rest for at least 3 minutes. Doesn't matter what exercise I perform, even on isolation exercises. And the max is around 6 minutes, I would say. But in the past, I I used to do when it came to isolation exercise, I would rest between 2 and 3 minutes, and for compound exercise, I would rest between 3 and 4 minutes. And that still didn't work very well because on isolation exercise, when I actually started to train hard enough, when I would only rest 2.5 minutes on isolation exercise, like on bicep curls, concentration curls, or tricep pushdowns, when I only rested for 2 minutes between sets on those exercises on isolation on small isolation exercises, I was I wasn't even close to being fully recovered after my working sets. So that's what I actually started to I stopped treating isolation exercises differently from compound exercises. I even made a full video on this on that stop training isolation exercise like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This video is not a long one because it's a simple concept. Resting isn't something you should overthink too much. I would recommend you rest at least 3 minutes between working sets, but it also depends on the intensity. I rest at least 3 minutes and I train to fade on every set. So maybe if you leave 1 rep in reserve or 2 reps in reserve between sets, maybe you probably need a little bit less rest, but it's not gonna be a significant difference. Maybe you need 15 or 30 seconds less than I do. I need at least 3 minutes on even on the isolation exercise, but I also take every single set to failure. So it will vary. Different variables, and some people maybe may recover a little bit faster than others. I think you should experiment. Just make sure that when you go back, when you perform another set, that you feel ready, that you feel fresh, you feel ready, and you feel strong in that set. If you perform a set, and that set is absolutely shit, absolute bullshit, and it feels like you were super weak. It feels like you weren't even close to being as strong as you normally can be. Then you probably didn't rest enough. If, for example, I'll take just a quick example. On the first set of a random exercise, you do 20 kgs for 7 reps, and then on the second set, you do 10 kgs for 4 reps. Then there's obviously a problem. Of course, if you train hard enough, you won't be able to perform to just emulate the first set exactly. So if you did 20 kgs for 5 reps, for 7 reps, you're not going to be able, if you're training hard enough at least, you're not going to be able to do 20 kgs for 7 reps again. No. Like maybe if you leave 2 reps in reserve on the first set, and yeah, maybe, but probably not. So if you do 20 kgs for 5 reps then on the second set, yeah, that's realistic. That's still good enough. You probably still rested well enough. But if you now do, for example, I'm taking another example. If you do 20 kgs for 9 reps on the first set, and then you do 20 kgs for 3 reps on the second set, then you definitely didn't rest enough. Then you were definitely not even close to being recovered for that second set. You definitely weren't ready for that second set. You probably should have rested another 1-2 minutes. So of course, the amount of reps you perform and you will get weaker if you train hard enough. Your muscle will just be in general weaker for the rest of the day. But it shouldn't be like extremely weak. You should still be close to as strong as you were on the first set. If not, then you need to rest for longer. So yeah, hope you found this video valuable. If you're interested in my fitness coaching, then click the first link in the description. And yeah, don't want it from discomfort, chase it.